But I saw something recently while I was doing my research that made total sense. Within a certain amount of time, if it hits a certain level of engagement, TikTok will boost your post. If it doesn't hit this engagement, you'll be stuck at that like 250, 260, 300 views range. But if it hits that golden number, which is top secret of engagement, for whatever reason, it'll go up to like 40,000 views or more, or a little less. I don't know. But yeah, there's a science to it, and it's all about consistency and not posting fluff. Yeah.
What do you mean by fluff?
Nonsense. Like, sometimes random videos do okay, but like how do I say this? Let me give an example of it. If you went to a book reading and every day you're posting 15 seconds of that same book reading, and it's like similar to the last 3 videos you just posted, that's fluff. That's you just trying to keep post because it says you need to post, and it has no value. It's not interesting. And no one wants to really see that. It'll just be my 7 followers who keep liking it, who will, engage with that. For the most part, people will see that and continue to scroll.
Okay. So don't do that. Got it.
Especially on Instagram, providing valuable information for people. I think TikTok's more on the entertainment side, but providing something that people find valuable is a lot better at building your community than providing something that's more on the entertainment side.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah, I've been on Instagram for a few years now. It's a very happy place, in my opinion. I tried TikTok and it made me very sad. Very, very, very sad. So I don't know. But anyway.
Me too. TikTok, I couldn't with TikTok.
Yeah, same.
and trying to post on TikTok and like consistently, it's a burnout because there's a new viral sound they want you to use, and you gotta if you use it the way someone else used it, people are gonna talk about you for being a stealer. And if you use it creatively and you're not unique with it and it doesn't land properly, they're gonna make fun of you. It's exhausting.
Yikes.
I don't have the time or the energy. Like everyone else here, I'm sure I work a full-time job. Plus I try to write and publish books. Plus I've got other things going on in my life. And I'm like, I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have the energy. I don't got it. I don't got it.
Yeah. So, Anne, what does a platform mean to you?
So I would say a platform kind of gives you an idea of who are the people who are going to be the ones that you're targeting for your sales, right? So whether it's a platform where you have an audience who's your target reader and you have a responsibility to that platform to speak to them in a certain way, to make sure you're conveying your message in a certain way. So that's pretty much how I would see my platform, is kind of having that respect or having that community of people who are part of your audience, part of your target readers, and having that responsibility to communicate with them in the way that they deserve to be communicated with.
Do you feel you have a platform? And if you do, how would you sort of describe your platform?
I do feel like I have a platform, not a huge one, but a little platform. And there are definitely a lot of fantasy readers. They're also people who are interested in kind of diversity, especially because my book covers that a lot, as well as kind of the issues that surround it, as well as readers who are really interested in mental health issues, because that's something that I do talk about on my platform a lot.
My readers have told me I have a platform. I didn't realize I had, and I just realized it's just how I think and feel. But honestly, inclusivity, diversity, equality in genders and things like that. That's how I feel. That's how I was raised. And, I was raised by a strong Italian woman and a good Scottish man, and they, very equal and everything else. And we all just, in a lot of my characters, they have a lot of personal struggles and even prejudices that some of them have to overcome, or just like people are awful against them just because they were born a certain way, you know, or they are part of a, you know, happened to be born into a certain kind of community, and they're treated poorly because of it, but they're a genuinely good person, and they have to overcome those things. And that's something that I wrote because I felt it was, well, I felt it was true to the character, and I felt it was true to a realistic aspect of how things are. But I've had people come up to me and say, wow, you know, the way you wrote Jocelyn, and from, you know, the Rashawn series, she you know, she was basically she was left on the doorstep, you know, an abandoned baby that somebody found and raised, and then when she got older, they realized that she was a different race. You know, it's a fantasy world, so you have all the different humanoid races, and then when they realized that she wasn't an elf, they got rid of her. Her parents abandoned her when she was in her adolescence. She was kicked out, and it was just because she, you know, they realized, oh, she's not full elf, she's probably half elf, she has no idea who her real parents are, because she was abandoned. But she's a genuinely kind, good person, and she just wants, and she's so bubbly and friendly, but people don't like her just because of what she is, like just because of how she was born. And she, you know, she's constantly, and she's a little emotionally clingy, because when she finds someone who will actually talk to her, she's like, oh my God, a friend, and she gets really excited. But it's kind of like that social awkwardness a little bit, like couple, you know, it's kind of all of that. But obviously she finds her tribe, if you will, and, you know, everybody has their reason that they're sort of an outcast or not, and everything. But Jocelyn in particular, people have come up to me and said, wow, you know, I really understood that. And I was thinking, oh, well, I was just writing the character, but I guess I can see that, actually, you know. And there are a couple other characters, you know, and the other characters have their own struggles and coming of age stories that they go through. But yeah, I've found that people tell me that I'm representative of a lot of, you know, stories about people who get left behind, who get shunned in a lot of ways. And, you know, I think everyone to some degree, or most people, maybe not everyone, I've certainly felt it here and there, to some degree, has felt like, you know, people have just said no thank you to them for no reason at all.
Mm.
You know, like I've been refused service based on just like my face or my accent, you know, before. Like people literally just turned away from me and pretended I wasn't there at the grocery store in certain parts of Europe, and they were just like, never mind. And I'm thinking, all right, this is just because I'm speaking your language, but I'm speaking it with an accent. You can tell I'm not from here. So now I don't exist to you. And now I cannot get whatever I want from the deli counter.
Here's another question. If your book was a political candidate, what what would it stand for? What would it be? What's its policies? Why should we vote for your book?
That's a great question.
I don't know how to answer it.
Okay, I mean, maybe Paris, and then we
I
can
feel like I'm going to say something really hippie vibes, like,
no, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Let's all get along, world peace.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? Like, why don't people want that? People, oh, you're too liberal. What is wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with wanting everybody to get along.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, inclusivity would be, is like, it's cool, it's fine. Like, we don't all have to agree. That's also one of my big things, is I tell people all the time, it's like, it's fine if you disagree with me. I'm still going to respect you as a person. That's not an issue. It's fine